We'll discuss about the safety management system. In safety management system, there are so many things which is related to the safety policy, then safety awareness related, safety assurance, safety promotions, and the risk management system. So there are so many things which is related to safety management system. Once you go in safety management systems, there are so many rules and regulations. Rights and responsibilities. It is the responsibility of the employer and also the responsibility of the employees. Okay, there are so many sections. There are so many sections which is related to ILO conventions, rules and regulations. Recommendation 164, that is also comes in safety management system. So NEBOSH IG1 and IG2 which relates to the safety management systems. And there are so many elements which covers related to the ILO conventions, recommendation 164, RC 164, recommendation 165, article 16, article 13 and article 12, all the articles which is related to safety management systems. And there are conventions, ILO conventions, which convention C155, convention C155 which is related to the safety management system. So there are so many things, there are so many roles and responsibility, rights and duties of the employers and as well as the employees. So we'll discuss today about the safety management systems. So element 1 and element 2, there are other elements as well, okay, in NEBOSH part 1, part 2, okay. So in earlier videos we'll discuss about element 1. Now we are discussing about element 2.1. So in this safety management system which covers in NEBOSH part, that is element 2, that is 2.1. So we cover related to that safety management system. So in safety management system, it is defined as a series of policies and procedures and related to the organizational chart which reduce the accidents and illness in the workplace. So basically the safety management system, it covers the whole policy, and the policy covers so many things which is related to the controlling systems of the hazards and incident accident, how you have to control, measures you need to apply to your workplace, okay, and also the accountabilities and the other procedures as well. Now we'll also discuss about the importance of safety management system. So the important is what is to lower the operational cost. That is what the main motto of the organizational, what you can say, the HR team over there. They will try to lower the cost. They reduce the risk and injuries and illness at your manufacturing site. Maybe you are working in a manufacturing company, maybe you are working in a production plants, maybe you are working in chemical plants. So it is your responsibility as an HSE officer, as an HSE team, as a safety officer, it is your responsibility to reduce the risk level or to reduce the chances of incident or accident while working. While working, workers are working in your workplace. It is the roles and responsibility of the HSE officers to reduce the risk level, to reduce the incident accident, chances of incident accidents while workers are working. Maybe workers are working on height, maybe workers are working in a confined space, or maybe workers are working in a normal space area. So as an HSE officer, as a safety officer, it is your responsibility to reduce the chances of incident or accident in your workplace. Okay, that is also the part of safety management system. Understood? Then reduce errors and elimination of associated cost, improve compliance with the law related to the workplace safety, then develop a clear roadmap for the safety exit points for evacuation. If any emergency occurred in your workplace, how you have to evacuate with the help of emergency evacuation plan. So there is the emergency evacuation plan. Every workers need to follow that plan. Okay, you have to put in every areas, you need to put a chart of the evacuation plan. Then in an emergency, workers will know about that evacuation plan and they will follow that evacuation evacuation plan, and then they need to try to move out from that area, right? So yes, lower the chances of offences with enhanced awareness about the legal requirements, if any type of incident, accident, like the accident took place in your company, so you have to go with the legal cases, the police case, and also the court proceedings. Okay, that comes under legal requirement. Then improve faith and trust in your employees, because it is very important if you want to run your business in a proper way. If you have to run your business in a proper way, so you have to put a faith, put a trust on your employees. So the workers will work with the high morale, right? If incident action continuously going on, no one will work in your company, because there may be the chances of possibility the incident accident, it's continuously in your workplace. So it is very important, you need to cover all these things. Okay. Then lower the amount of insurance premium. Yes, it is depend upon management, how the workers are, they are going with the insurance or what. There are so many companies which they are providing the insurance to the workers. Then eliminate any unnecessary legal cases. Yes, it is the main motto of the HR team to reduce the unnecessary legal claims, unnecessary legal fines from the government, like BMCs. In Mumbai there are BMC, they are putting everywhere the fines and all. Okay, that kind of things. Now we'll discuss about what are the main components of safety management system. So there are four main components. There are four main components of the safety management systems. So first is safety policy, second is safety risk management, safety assurance, and the last one is safety promotion. So first we'll discuss about safety policies. So safety policies help establish the senior management commitment to improving safety continuously. It also defines the methods, process, and the organizational structures need to meet the safety requirements or safety goals. Okay. So first, management commitment and responsibility. So in every management system, they have some commitments which is related to the roles and responsibility of the workers, roles and responsibility of the employer. Okay. Then safety management system implementations. Yes, it is very important. You need to implement each and everything. How the workers are working, the proper machinery procedures, which is related to the handling procedures. Okay. Vestige, putting vestige in the waste bins. So there are also dry waste you can put in the dry waste, wet waste you can put in the wet waste. So there are different kinds of procedures which you need to implement while working. Then contractors, third parties interfaces. Yes, contractors and third parties, the different parties, workers are working over there, you need to take care. Coordination of emergency response planning. Yes, in an emergency, you have to coordinate with the ERT team, emergency response team. In an emergency, the ERT team will go and they will try to handle each and every type of incident, accidents related to this, the accident which is going to go over there. Okay. Then documentation. Yes, documentation is very important, like TBT, commit systems, JSA, job safety analysis, then HERA, hazard identification and risk assessment. So as per the documentation, which is very important for the auditing purpose. And in your company, you have to audit like within 3 months or 6 months, you have to go with the internal audits. So auditing is also very important. You need to evaluate what kind of things is wrong, what you need to improve. So once you do the audit, you will know what are the things which you need to improve. So after audit, you will know the lacking systems of your company. Where is the system is lacking? So in audit, you can control that things and you can improve as well. Okay. That is also one of the main part of the safety management system. Now we'll discuss about safety risk management. So safety risk management includes the hazard identification and risk assessment. It relates to the mitigation process as well. A formal process within the safety management systems consists of, so it is related to describing the safety management system, like the identification of hazards. If you are working in electrical zone, so you need to identify the electrical hazard. If you are working in confined zone, so you have to identify the confined space hazards. If you are working on height, workers are working on the height, then you need to identify the height work hazards. If you are working in cold storage area, you have to identify the cold storage related hazards. And if you are working like in excavation point and all, excavation is going on, so you have to identify the excavation related hazards. Who might be harmed and how the workers are working over there, and what are the consequences. What are the consequences over there? The workers, they trapped over there, they get some injuries. So that kind of hazards you need to identify, and then you need to implement the mitigation process. What are the mitigation process you need to apply over there? So that is also very important, related to the risk assessment as well as the hazard identification. So these are the things which is very important related to the hazards in your workplace. Then assessing the risk thoroughly. Yes, thoroughly you have to assess the risk. Like you will get the injuries, the workers are working and they get the injuries on the superficial layer, on the upper layer, or maybe in the middle or in the third point. So what kind of hazard? It is major incident, minor incident, major incident, near misses as well. So there are so many things which you need to go thoroughly. Then controlling the risk. How you will control the risk? You have to put some guards to the machineries. You can put high insulated cable wires, so you can prevent from the short circuits. High insulated commercial cables you can utilize. Proper machineries, good equipments with proper clothing. PPE is one of the most factor for controlling the risk. So you have to give the workers with the proper PPE like gloves, glasses, helmet, safety boots, and with safety aprons. So it is related to the controlling of the risk. So these are the things is mandatory. While workers are working in your workplace area, you have to provide good type of PPE. You can say high standard PPE that you need to provide. Gloves, these are the mandatory things. Understood? Then I will also explain about the safety assurance related. So safety assurance, which is the third part of your safety management system, in your safety management system, which controls the 4 elements. So this is what the third part. Safety assurance evaluates the continued effectiveness of implementing risk control strategies and also support to ensure the compliance. Now compliance is what? It's a legal responsibility of your company. What are the legal things which you need to comply in your company? TBT, permit systems, JSA, HERA, it is the compliance, it is the mandatory systems, mandatory things which is given from the government. You need to go with this. You have to implement some safety procedures which is related to the safety assurance. So that is also one of the part of safety performance. Monitoring and measurement. Who will monitor? Monitoring it is totally depend upon the HSE people. HSE people maybe is working as a safety officer, safety head, safety supervisor, or is working as a fire officers and fire marshals. So they will monitor and they will also measure the things, right? Then internal safety investigation. Internal safety investigations is also one of the part of the HSE team. If any incident accident occurred in your company, so there is the ERT team, emergency response team, or HSE people, they will go towards over there, they will investigate how the accident took place, what went wrong. Once you know what went wrong and what are the things which you need to improve after incident or accident. Okay, so there is the HSE team, HSE people will go and they will try to investigate the whole incident accident. Understood? And then you have to go with the formal documentations, like you need to prepare a report, accident incident report, and then you need to submit to the management. Understood? These are the things which comes under internal safety investigations. Now, management of change, yes, it is very important, like how the people are changing over there. Maybe if you are not working in a proper way, the HSE team will not work properly. There is some changes, or you can change in your procedures. If continuously the accident took place, you can change some management point which is related to the safety procedures. You can change on that. You can change some policies, safety policies related to the while working, the workers are working. Standard operating procedures you can change. SOP you can change. Standard operating procedures. If there is something went wrong, you can change that procedures. So how you have to deal with the safe way. So there is the change as well. It is depends upon HSE people how they are putting the SOPs of related to the same machineries. Okay. Then continuous improvement, yes, it is the part of the management system only. Continuous improvement is very important. How the workers are working, they are working in a safe way or not. When you do the audit, After the audit, you need to evaluate. Once you evaluate, PDCA cycle is also one of the same. PDCA, plan, do, check, act. First you need to plan, then the workers are doing the same work, then PD, plan, do, then you need to check what are the things are wrong, and then you have to implement. That comes under PDCA. That is also one of the part of improvement purpose. So PDCA cycle is very important. Then the last one is safety promotion. So safety promotion activities create a positive safety culture with all levels of the workplace, which is related to the trainings, educations, and communication purpose. Then second point, first point is SMS training, safety management systems training related. Training is very important. Wherever you want to work, you have to give two types of training. Two types of training means one is on-job training. On-job training, you have to give worker related to the machineries, how you have to handle it. On-job training, and you need to give the on-job supervisory level. You cannot be able to put the responsibilities on top of the workers. You have to put the responsibility on supervisor. Supervisor will check how the workers are working. So training is very important. Training, competency, how the workers, they are well trained, they are competent, then you can give the whole responsibility on the same worker once he competent. Training, knowledge. Training, knowledge is also very important. That is how the workers are working, whether they are knowledge about the same machine, they knows about how to utilize it. Okay, so knowledge, training, and experience. Once you gain the knowledge, once you gain the good training, okay, and you have experience like 3 to 4 months or 6 months, then you become a competent person. So training, knowledge, experience called competent person, which is related to this as well. Then positive safety culture, safety systems, communications, and awareness of the same related to that area. Then training and competency. So training and competency, which is related to how many years you worked over there, and whether you knowledge about, you trained about, and whether you are experienced of the same. So these are the things which comes under related safety management system. So understood everyone?